Hello guys, welcome to this channel. So in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to draft a cut and off shoulder dress. So if this looks like what you want to learn, do not forget to hit on the like and the subscribe button. Do well by turning on your notification bell so you can get notified when next we upload new tutorials. Okay, so guys, after I was done making mine, this is what mine looks like. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful. And also in this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to add drapes to your gown. As you can see, I have a drape at the side of my gown, so I'll also be teaching you how to go about this. This is looking so beautiful and I really love the final outcome. Please share this video, give this video a like this video so that YouTube can make it go viral, so that other soulmates can get to watch it as well. So guys, let's get straight into the video. So I've gone ahead to draft my basic bodice pattern. You should be familiar with this. So next I'll go ahead and get the midpoint of my armhole line, go in by half of an inch, and I'll divide my bust measurement by 4. What I have is 8¼ Then I'll go ahead and connect these 3 lines. Guys, if you have been following this channel, you should be familiar with all of this. Okay, so after this is my armhole curve. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to determine how off I want this off shoulder to be. I went ahead to mark 5 inches. You can decide to use 6 inches or 7 inches, but 5 is okay for me. So this part we are going to be cutting it off or cutting it out. So next I'll be marking my bust span, which is 7 divided by 2, 3.5. Go ahead and mark 3.5 on the chest line down to the full length, the half length. Okay, so at the bust point I'll come down by 1 inch. Then at the under bust I'll mark half of an inch here, and I'll mark 1.5 inches. If you are working with a fuller bust, you can use 2 inches instead. Okay, so go ahead and mark half of an inch and 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect to my bust point, the place where I came down by 1 inch. Just go ahead and connect like you see me doing. So after doing that, for the over bust tightening, I'll be marking 3/4 of an inch here at the center front, and at the side front I'll mark 1 inch. If you are working with a fuller bust, you can mark 1 inch on both sides. Okay, then at the bust point I'll go up by 1 inch and connect like you see me doing. Okay, make sure you blend up. So I want a sweetheart neck. I just marked 7 inches for the depth. Then I'm going to connect. Then I'll extend this line. Okay, now you're going to measure your across front from one end of your arm to the other end, and what I have is 12. When you divide it by 2 is 6 inches, so I'm going to be measuring 6. So when you measure from here, this is 2¼ you continue your measurement, then you mark 6 inches. Okay, just go ahead and mark 6 inches. Guys, please, I hope you understand this part very well. So I'll get a new armhole. Then I'm going to replace this dart intake on my chest line, replace it. Then I'll add 2 inches as my side seam allowance. At the waistline, I'll divide my waist measurement by 4. What I have is 6.5. This dart intake, I'm going to replace it, which is 2 inches. Then I'll add 2 inches as my side seam allowance. Then I'll go ahead and connect from my chest line to my waistline. Okay, so guys, next thing, we are basically through with this. This is our center front and this is our side front. I'll go ahead and cut this out. As you can see, this is actually easy to make. It is not difficult. Please subscribe to this channel, share this video, like this video. So we'll go ahead and draft the back. So for this, as you can see, the across front is 6 inches. That's 12. So for the back, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches as our zipper allowance. Okay, go ahead and mark it out first. Then this is our zipper allowance. I'm going to take my front pattern, I'll place it like this, place them on top of each other, and I'll go ahead and trace it out. Okay, go ahead and trace the length, and also the armhole area, I'll go ahead and trace it out. Just watch what I'm doing if you don't understand what I'm saying. Okay, instead of drafting a new one, this is another simplest and easiest way to go about this. Then at this waistline, please place them together first before marking. Okay, as you can see, place them together, then you mark at the waistline. Can you see what I'm doing? Mark at the waistline, then you trace out. Okay, So you can now trace out. After tracing, now this is what it looks like. Now I'll impute my actual body measurement. Remember, my butt measurement divided by 4 is 8 and quarter. Now I'll add 2 inches seam allowance. Okay, then on the waistline, I'll divide my waist by 4. What I have is 6.5. I'll add 2 inches seam allowance and 1 inch that. Okay, I'll be adding that 1 inch that. Can you see that? So go ahead and connect. So I'll go ahead and clean up this first line so we don't get confused, because if there are too many lines you get confused. Then you extend this other waistline as well. So I'll go up by 1.5 inches so that I can connect to my waistline. This is to avoid bulginess at the zipper area. So this part I'll be cutting it out. Okay, so next I'm going to determine if you want a sweetheart neck. It totally depends on you, but I don't want that. I just want a straight neck. So I'll also go ahead and confirm my neck, the wideness of my neck, which is 12. Unfold is 6. So go ahead and confirm, then clean up. I noticed mine was more than 6. So my bust span measurement, nipple to nipple, which is 7 inches, divided by 2 is 3.5. So I've gone ahead to mark 3.5. Then I'll extend this chest line, this armhole line, I'll extend it. So I'm going to mark out my dart leg, half of an inch on both sides. Go ahead and connect to your chest line. Okay, so guys, this is basically it for the back pattern. As you can see, it's very easy to draft. So next I'll go ahead and transfer to my fabric. So guys, after I was done transferring, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to add half of an inch all around. Then this is the lining piece as well. I also went ahead to add my paper stay and also my wording. So just go ahead and mark out. Okay, and this is my line. You can decide to add your gum stay to the lining, but I don't want that. For the side front, I've also gone ahead to transfer and I added half of an inch. I've padded it as well. And for the lining, you can decide to add your hair stay or gum stay, whatever interfacing. Then for the back, I've gone ahead to transfer and I added half of an inch. As you can see, I've notched the dart area so that it will be easy for me to identify. So next I'll go ahead and fold in like this. I'll go to my sewing machine. I'm going to be stitching the dart both on the lining and the main fabric, and after stitching I'm going to be joining it. Place them right side facing each other. After stitching your dart, then you stitch this top, stitch the zipper side, and also you stitch the side as well. Okay, I'll do that on the other side and show you. So guys, for the center panel, I'm going to be placing them right side facing each other, and I'll stitch using half of an inch. I'll repeat the same thing to the other side as well. Okay, so guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I've not ironed it. I just went ahead to stitch and I just want to show you what it looks like. This is what you should have. Okay, so for this other part, I've gone ahead to stitch and this is what it looks like. Make sure you notch it so that it will be easy for you to iron. Please, you are going to repeat the same thing to the lining piece. Whatsoever you do on the main fabric, you repeat to the lining piece. Can you see? So I'll also go ahead and iron, and after ironing I'll place them together with the lining right side facing each other and stitch using half of an inch. I'll stitch the two sides as well. I'll do that behind the camera. So guys, after I was done doing that, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I went ahead to weave the sides, the edges as well. Okay, can you see how pretty and how neat it's looking? So for the skirt part, I've gone ahead to stitch this as well. So I'll join them, place them right side facing each other, and also for the back, please place them right side facing each other. And if you want to know how to draft the skirt, I have a tutorial on that on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. Okay, so I don't want to show this part so that the video will not be too long. So for the drape, I'm going to be using the wideness of this is 31 inches. That's after I was done folding. So you can mark out 33 inches before folding. Then for the length totally depends on you. What I have here is about 55. Okay, so you can make it 30, you can make it shorter than this. And I've gone ahead to fold the side, the edges, okay, aside the upper side, and also I folded this down part as well. I, I folded 3 parts instead of 4. So now I'll go ahead and pleat. Can you see? Please watch, just watch what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll just go ahead and pleat and make sure they are evenly. Okay, so after pleating, I'll go ahead and give it a good press. Can you see? Just make sure you pleat this carefully. Okay, so I'll go ahead and sprinkle water, or you can add your hemming gum, but I don't want to add hemming gum to this, so I just went ahead to arrange it carefully. Okay, so guys, after I was done ironing, I ironed it to the end. This is what it looks like. Okay, as you can see, I took my time, I gave it a good press. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I've gone ahead to join this other part as well. So I'm going to be placing my drape on it from the waistline. Just go ahead and place it like so. You can decide to choose the side you want to place this your drape. It could be the other side, but I decided to use this other side. Place it, secure it with your safety pin. Go ahead to your sewing machine and you're going to stitch it. Okay, can you see? I'll go ahead and stitch it. Then before then, at the other side, on the waistline, I'll go in by 2 inches or 2.5 inches or 3.5 inches. Okay, just make sure it's not getting to your line, your seam allowance, so just take note of that line. So after stitching, I'm just going to be arranging it. Remember that mark, that 2.5 inches that we mark, just go ahead, make sure you follow that line and arrange it carefully. Then you go ahead and top stitch. So guys, after I was done doing that, can you see I've gone ahead to trim off the side allowance. I'll also go ahead and put my body measurements. Place your pattern or your bodies right side facing each other. Go ahead and put your body measurement, and when doing that, please at this other end be careful so that you don't stitch on it, you don't stitch on the drape. Okay, so I'll do that behind the camera and show you what it looks like. So guys, as you can see, I've gone ahead to impute my body measurement, and this is what it looks like. Can you see? It's looking pretty already, and I've also gone ahead to stitch the drape. I've stitched it to the body. As you can see, it's already in place. So for the sleeve, I'm going to, remember this is an off shoulder, so the round shoulder that I'm working with is 38. So remember that our across front measurement is 12 inches. So for the front is 12, for the back is 12, that's 24 inches. So I'm going to subtract 24 inches from 38, and what I have is 14. So that 14, I'll share it in between the two shoulder, that's 7 inches. So I'll add 1 inches for my allowance. So this is 8 inches. As you can see, I have 8 inches, and the wideness is 5 inches. Okay, so it's supposed to be 2 inches. By the time I fold it into two, this is 2.5, then when I join it, we'll be left with 2 inches. Okay, so that's what you do. I have 2 pieces for this. So the next thing, I'm just going to be placing it, fold it into two, then on the right side, then I'm going to be placing it like this. I'll stitch half of an inch, then I'll turn it to this other side and stitch half of an inch. I'll repeat the same thing to the other side as well. Okay, so guys, after I was done joining, this is what it looks like. Can you see? When you measure it, you definitely have 7 inches, because that 8 inches, 1 inch is for the allowance. So after measuring, can you see this is 3.5, that's 7 inches if you open it up. So for the sleeve, I'm going to cut my fabric. I've gone ahead to cut my fabric. This is 16.5 inches or 16 inches by, this is 16.5 inches by 30 inches. Okay, so you can make it smaller than this, you can make it wider, and it was cut on a fold. I have 2 pieces, one for the first sleeve and the other for the other second sleeve. So I'll go ahead and create my elastic channel. You are going to be folding in half of an inch and fold over again, just to create my elastic channel. Then at the upper part, I'll go ahead and pleat it. Okay, so I'll do that and show you. Guys, after I was done doing that, this is what it looks like. Can you see? I've gone ahead to pleat the upper part and also created a channel. So the next thing, I'll go to my machine. I'm going to be folding in like this. I want to tack it. Okay, I'll show you again. You're going to fold in at the two sides, then At this other end, you place them in between like this, then you top stitch. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing to the other side. I'm going to catch the two sides like this, place them together, and catch the other side, making it taut. Then I'm going to tack. So that's what I'll do. And also guys, after I was done doing that, this is what it looks like. And I'm also gone ahead to add my elastic. Okay, so the next thing, I'll just go ahead and fold them and stitch the sides. Just go ahead and stitch it down, then I'll stitch it, join it to my sleeve, and I'll show you the final outcome. Okay, just go ahead and join it to your sleeve. So guys, after I was done doing that, this is what the final outcome looks like. As you can see, my off shoulder dress is looking so pretty. I'm going to be wearing it on my mannequin so that you see what the drape looks like. Okay, so guys, this is what it looks like after I was done making the dress. Please, if you find this tutorial interesting, do not forget to hit on the like and the subscribe button. Do well by turning on your notification bell so you can get notified when next we upload new tutorials. See you guys in my next tutorial.